Welcome to Create Wealth Network, and thank you for purchasing the MacBook. I do appreciate you getting on board, and my goal is that this book does wonders for you. First off, the book is on its way, or you have it in front of you, and the reason for this video is just to give you an initiation process, so you can understand how to get started with the MacBook. All right, so I'm going to turn my camera down, and I'm going to focus the attention onto the book, and I'm going to explain it in detail, which is the first steps that you should take once you get the book, okay? So turning the camera down right now. Here's the MacBook, all right? So this is the book that you're gonna get in your mail, okay? And the MacBook, although it is very simple, it is complex at the same time. And if you look into Google Drive, you'll see more and more content being input inside the MacBook. And I just wanna take you through the initiation phase, which is the initial phase that you're gonna go through, once you get the book, okay? So first, let's open it up. We see our affirmatory declaration, okay? So with the affirmatory declaration, you see over here your name, your phone number, and your email address, all right? So you wanna fill those in first and foremost. That's to recognize that the book is yours. And then we're gonna get into the affirmatory declaration. I am grateful and thank God, ... Okay, so this is an affirmation. It is a declaration upon yourself. So you're declaring, what you are affirming to yourself, okay? And the first statement that you should have before you write anything in here is I am grateful and thank God, all right? So I am grateful and thank God, and whatever you want to put after that. I am grateful and thank God for, I am grateful and thank God that. The important thing is that you state each statement with that. And as you see here, it is written in a type of story format, the affirmatory declaration. And this right here, it takes about the most time. Allocate about an hour to 2 hours to yourself, sitting with your affirmatory declaration, going through it, okay? So as you see over here, I have mine written out already. It's a few pages. Yours does not have to be as long, all right? So you just fill that in, fill through that, and remember, that's only gonna be done the first time. After that, it's a matter of you just reading it, okay? So the first time you're gonna be writing it, you're gonna be thinking about what you wanna write, but once it's on paper, every time you open the MacBook, you're gonna read through that, okay? But you're not just gonna read through that, you're gonna read through the whole book. And I'm gonna show you the whole book, okay? So after there, you're gonna get to achieve this year, okay? And achieve this year, as you see, first things first, we write in the year. Currently this year is 2019, and then you write your goals that you want to complete this year, okay? And over here at the bottom, you'll notice that it's empty, right? And the reason why it's empty right now is because I'm not done filling in for the year, okay? There's more things that I know that are gonna come up this year that I'm gonna wanna complete this year, right? And I'll add those on into these extra pages, right? As you see over here, right? And once the year is done, then you could look at the bottom and you can fill that in, right? Although you can put in a reward and a duty right now when you fill these out, okay? So on the first page, if you want, you could fill in your reward and your duty. Your reward is something that you feel that you should reward yourself. If you do complete the goals that you're intended to complete, you should reward yourself. And a duty is something that you've been putting off for a long time, but you know it needs to be completed, okay? So right now you can fill that in. After you fill that in, we're gonna go over to the next section, which is the books read, okay? So what books are you gonna read this year? Okay, so right now I only have one book written in so far. Generally, what I do right now is anytime I get a new book that I wanna read, I'm gonna write it in. But if it is your first time, I'm sure there's probably a list of books that you want to read, and whatever that list is, write them in. Write them in. You could have 3 books that you know that you want to write in immediately, and then throughout the year you may come up with new books, but you don't have to fill this out right away, okay? So just write in currently right now the books that you know you want to write. But ideally, by the end of the year, we want you to read 10 books, all right? So have 10 books read by the end of the year. If you can't, that's fine, but aim for that goal, okay? And if you are a serious book reader, you may want to write more, so there's more sections over here for you to put more books inside, okay? And then after that is the Focus 11, which is for the month. All right, so you're gonna fill in this first month. As we see, we put in month number 1, and then we put what month it currently is, okay? I put January because that's when I started, but if you're getting this book at a later month, whether it's April, May, June, whatever the first month of you getting this book should be written right here, okay? And then you're gonna fill in your focus 11. For a refresh, the focus 11 is mental, spirit, physical, financial, relationships, yourself, contribution, new, learn, discipline. All right, so you want to fill those in, something that relates to each of those aspects, okay, in the focus 11. And this is something that you're going to do each month, okay? Each month is you're going to refresh this list, okay? But for right now, as I mentioned again, it's just the initiation phase. So just write in for the first month, your focus 11. And as you see, there's the number 11 down here, right? And you're going to write your reward and you're going to write your duty for this month, okay? So it should be something significant, something that you feel that if you do complete these goals this month, you should reward yourself. And your duty, as I mentioned before, something that you've been putting off, if you do not get over 50% of this number 11, then you should do your duty. But right now, this top number we're leaving blank because we are in a month. So once the month is completed, that's where we're going to go through and see how many of these we have checked off. And then that's where we're going to see whether we can reward ourselves or if we got to go do a duty, okay? After we finish the month, the focus 11, we're going to go over to the week.